All right, welcome back, folks. I'm Jake Ellenbogen. We got some news today, so let's not waste too much time. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Follow me on all social media at JK Bogan, and check out today's sponsor, Prize Picks. You can get $50 on your first $5 lineup when you sign up using my code JK Bogan. It's going to get you $50, your first $5 lineup. If you win, you lose, it doesn't matter. You're going to get that $50 in your account. And furthermore, this is the time to sign up. You got 2 more weeks of the Caleb Williams deal where you can get him at 0.5 yards. Obviously, he's going to throw that. So definitely be sure to get in on the action. Use code JKBogan. Get $50 on your $5 lineup when you sign up with Prize Picks. And as a bonus here, I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. If you go and you check out Prize Picks right now, I think this is a great projection here. Matthew Stafford, 0.5 passing touchdowns. I believe he's going to have more than 0.5 passing touchdowns, so I would hit more. But there you go. We'll have more as the week approaches and we get more of an idea of who's going to play and who's not going to play. But for now, 0.5 touchdowns for Matthew Stafford. Use code JKBogan and get started today. All right, so there was some news today. This is to be expected. There's going to be news when guys get hurt, right? And unfortunately, going on the IR, Jonah Jackson, John Johnson. We knew this, but now we know for sure. Surprisingly, Cooper Kupp is not joining them. And it is a possibility, Sean McVay said, it is a possibility that Cooper Kupp could be back within that window of the 4 weeks. And that's why they decided not to place him on IR. Now, this does hurt them in a sense because they don't have a roster spot. At the same time, maybe getting him back in 3 weeks instead of having to wait 4 is beneficial. He's one of the best receivers in football. The Rams, in addition to those moves, also signed Justin Dedek to the active roster. He had a great preseason, UDFA out of USC, playing left guard. He, I would imagine, is going to back up Logan Bruss this Sunday at left guard. So keep an eye on that. He might even play, hopefully not, because that would mean that more injuries happened. But he's on the 53-man roster, and this is a guy that I really liked in preseason, and it kind of hurt having to cut him. But, yeah, I didn't think he was going to make the team, and now here he is in week 3, and he's on the 53-man roster. It is a reminder that NFL rosters are living and breathing organisms, okay? The roster is not ironclad. It's not guaranteed, and we're learning that pretty quickly. In addition to that, the Rams also added practice squad exception defensive back Quindell Johnson. He's going to take over Justin Dedek's spot on the practice squad. Johnson, if he sounds familiar, it's because he is familiar. The Rams had him in their preseason not that long ago. I believe it was 2 years ago. And this is somebody they really liked. Unfortunately, they cut him trying to get him back on the practice squad, and he ended up getting claimed. So Quindell Johnson is back with the Rams. So we'll see what ends up happening there, the safety. But in addition to that, another move was made, and that is wide receiver Quintez Cephas. And this is somebody that hasn't really played a hell of a whole lot, but he has shown in the past, and albeit it was like 2021, 2022 was the last time he played, but he's shown in the past he can be a solid route runner, can be a decent contributor. You know, when you're looking at Bryce Young and you're talking about a quarterback that is just having a hard time getting the ball to his receivers, he's got plenty of weapons. I mean, it's not really the weapons' fault. It's more so Bryce Young. You have Adam Thielen. You have Deontay Johnson, right? You go out, you get the guy that you got in the first round this year, whose name is totally escaping me, and they have plenty of weapons. So that is on Bryce Young. But the reason I bring up weapons is because when you have Matthew Stafford, somebody like Quintez Cephas could come out of nowhere and be a contributor, kind of like Tyler Johnson was week 1, kind of like Demarcus Robinson was probably the best he's ever been in his career down the stretch last year. Kind of like how Tutu Atwell this time last year playing against the 49ers had over 100 yards. I definitely think that's something to keep in mind. And I'm not saying Quintez Cephas is going to even get in this game because he might not. But the point I'm making here is any potential, wide receiver, tight end, running back, anybody who's added to this roster, as long as Matthew Stafford's still at the helm, they got a shot to contribute and surprise some people. So we'll see what ends up happening with Cephas. But, that is that. How I see it, I do think Cooper Kupp is going to be okay. I do. Because he would have been on the IR if it was a high ankle, in my opinion. And he doesn't have to get surgery, which is, I think, something that's being overlooked. He doesn't have to get a procedure done. So he doesn't have to get a tightrope surgery, which he's already had before. So that tells me it's not high ankle. It's probably low ankle. They're being ultra cautious of this because it's Cooper Kupp. If it was somebody different, maybe they'd be a little bit more open. But I think this is all by design. And I wouldn't be surprised if he is back, and again, not putting him on the 4-game window, not putting him on the IR. He's not going to miss, this game, the Bears game, the Packers game, and be back after the bye. You wouldn't do that, right? If you're putting him on IR, then you're admitting, okay, he's not going to be back till after the bye. It makes me wonder if they're trying to get him back for that Packers game right before the bye. We'll see what ends up happening. Not sure, the direction this will go in. But I think the Rams, without actually coming out and saying it, dodged a bullet with Cooper Kupp. I watched some videos on this. Brian Suter does a great job on YouTube, if you've never checked him out. And he basically will break down injuries in real time. He'll make videos. And a big thing, what he was saying in regards to Cooper Kupp's ankle was that if it's not pinned down, and we can't really see from the angle, but if it's not pinned down by the defender, then he definitely dodged a bullet. And that's kind of what I'm thinking based on the tape. It doesn't look like his ankle got pinned down and then had that roll. I think it had the roll, but it didn't have, another defender holding it down. And so because of that, the roll is going to give him a low ankle sprain. The high ankle sprain would have been with contact. So it's not to say that there was no contact, but the fact that his ankle wasn't embedded in the ground with this player on top of him rolling over, because it appears to be that's the case, this doesn't end up becoming a high ankle. And that's a great, great thing for the Rams. And I'm going to get into it in a separate video because I feel like it has to be said. But I'm not out on this team. I've seen some people saying, hey, Jake, you don't seem as, high and mighty about this team. You don't seem as excited. The tone is off. We can tell. To be honest with you, the tone is off because my voice is really dealing with it lately, which normally happens, change of season, whatever. But the truth of the matter is this. I'm going to put out a video and I'm going to explain why I think the Rams are still going to the playoffs. As far as Super Bowl, it would be absolutely unacceptable and irresponsible on my part to give you guys the hope that they're going to win the Super Bowl despite all these injuries. My Super Bowl prediction came down to the fact that the Rams had a healthy or somewhat decently a decent bill of health is what I would say. And they have not gotten that. They have been cursed, not blessed, cursed with injury after injury. And this started back with Darion Kendrick's torn ACL. And this has continued. So I can't in good conscience and good faith say this team's winning the Super Bowl as it stands right now. But I think this team makes the playoffs. And I'll explain further in the next video because I'm really going to get into it. But that's all I got for you guys for the roster moves, for the updates. My personal feelings, Diedick is a great pickup onto the 53. Good player. Really was impressed on tape watching that preseason film. He's going to add some good value. Could even be decent if thrown into the fire. And then Quintez Cephas, he's a guy I liked in the past. Hasn't really done much of anything in his career, but he's got a skill set. We'll see what ends up happening. Eric Yarber can turn water into wine when it comes to wide receivers, so maybe this will be the best thing that ever happened to him. And then Quindell Johnson, it's interesting they didn't go with Jason Taylor II. They lose Russ Yeast, who they cut, and then he ends up getting placed on the Panthers practice squad. So I'm not really sure what the deal is there, but I like Quindell Johnson. I liked his preseason run, and I'm curious to see what ends up happening. But those are the moves. We'll see what ends up happening. Obviously, more stuff to be determined. Does Akella Witherspoon come off the practice squad for this weekend? You know, who gets elevated? Who even plays? Is Davis Allen going to be back? Is he hurt? What's the deal with the corners? We're going to find out. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Be sure to follow me on all social media, including Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Kick on at JKBogan. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Be sure to also check out today's sponsor of today's video, Prize Picks, and get in on the fun because 0.5 passing touchdowns from Matthew Stafford. I don't care what you say about this team. If he can't throw a touchdown on Sunday, I don't even know what to say. But that's going to do it for me. Take care, folks, and I'll see you guys soon. Later, folks. For those of you who want to support the channel further, you can go ahead and you can actually sign up and become a member on the channel and have access to all different perks. You can see here the join button right below all my videos. You can hit that. You're going to get access. 99 cents a month will get you rookie access. That's going to get you all these loyalty badges and what have you, priority reply to comments. All members will have priority reply to comments. Starter $2.99. That is going to be member shoutouts. Pro Bowl is going to be auto follow back on all social media platforms. You just have to reach out to me and show me that, of course, you are a member for Pro Bowl. All Pro is members only live streams. I will be doing one a month for members only. MVP is priority call-ins. It's going to be hard to get everybody in during the season. Obviously, you will have your first crack at basically calling in to the show. And then last but not least, the Hall of Fame, which is $19.99 a month. And that is an exclusive gaming session with me monthly. So if you want to get a little bit more into the action while also helping out the channel, be sure to sign up for one of the memberships today. Do you love talking about the Rams, the NFL, or just want to be a part of a community? Join my free Discord server today. We're over 800 members. We got 24/7 live chat, a level 3 boosted server, the ability to call into JE Live, playing online games with us on Kick streams, toggleable alerts for when I go live on YouTube or Kick so you don't miss a live stream, and exclusive giveaways. Click the link in the description, the comments section, or the link that comes up in the video to learn more and join today.